All right. Hey, everyone. This is Trevor Dayley with MagMod. Hey, I'm here for another How I Shot It. And this week I'm chatting with Aniket Sananse. I know I said that wrong, Aniket.
No, no, you said it perfectly, Trevor. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm excited to chat with you. And it's funny. Every time I do these, I always am surprised at the amount of talent that is out there in the world. I guess just in the MagMod community, all the incredible photographers. And you're one that I've had my eye on for a bit. You've actually completely like taken the MagMod community by storm and showed some incredible photos, even just recently. So I'm excited to have you on here. I appreciate you joining me.
Thank you so much, Trevor. And honestly, all this posting that I've been doing on MagMod, it's just learning from the community itself. So many great people, so many great photographs, and the best thing I like about it is there's no negative criticism, right? Like everybody's helpful. Even the most silliest question, people help you a lot.
Yeah.
So that's the best part of it.
Yeah.
And thank
No, I
you. It's
absolutely.
an honor for me to be here, actually.
No, no. Well, I certainly appreciate it. Aniket, tell everyone where you're based out of.
So I'm based out of Toronto, and I've been doing professionally myself since last 4 years at this point.
Uh-huh.
Sorry, Toronto, Canada, actually. And yeah, and here we are. I'm sorry.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, Aniket, before we go on too far, let me just check real quick in the MagMod page. I want to make sure that we are in fact live. And then also, I'd love to invite anyone who's watching us or who joins us. We're always interested in hearing where you guys are coming from. Love any comments or questions that you might have. So please feel free to share that. I'm going to go ahead and share this really quickly over into the MagMod community as well. So give me just one more second here. Let's see, share with. And then Aniket, I want to make sure that we actually show everybody where they can find you as well.
Yeah, of course.
So give me just one more second. Aniket, actually, before we even go any further, I saw that you just celebrated your 9th anniversary. Is that right?
Yes, that's true. We just had our anniversary, and actually today is my dad's 65th birthday too. So after we
Oh,
wrap
that's
up,
awesome.
we need to plan.
That's fantastic. Well, hey, I see some people popping in. It looks like we have Rodney from Savannah, Georgia. We got Abi from Philly. Oh, I love that guy. I got to meet him when I was out there. Wendy from Virginia. We got Hector from, oh, he doesn't say, just says, hey, Trevor. We got El Paso, Armando. Uh, Appreciate all you guys. Oh, we got another one here. Hi from Tamil Nadu.
Oh,
Tamil Nadu. I wonder where that's at.
that's like a
We
southern
got
part of
P.
India. Yeah.
Oh, is it? How cool. Very cool. Pierre's watching from South Africa. So we got quite a few. Awesome, you guys. Well, hey, I appreciate. Oh, Hector says from New Jersey. Right on. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Let me, sorry, I've been keep looking at all these things and I keep forgetting to do what I mean to do. Let me just share this really fast. Whoops. Let's see how we can get this over to the MagMod community really quickly here. And then we'll get going. Sorry, guys. Thanks for hanging in there just a second. Yeah, and Anika, you have one daughter, is that right?
I have, yeah, a daughter and a son. They both are 1 year apart, 5 and 4.
Nice. All right, Anika, I just shared it in the MagMod community, so we are good to rock and roll. So like I said, before we even get into the photos, I wanted to just go to share screen and just show everybody your incredible website here. I love, when I went to your website, Anika, the first thing I thought was like, I love how the photos fill up the entire screen just
Thank
right
you so
away.
much.
Like you
Thank
got
you.
this incredible slideshow. In fact, I kind of looked at it and was like, man, I need to have him design my website. I, I just, it was like, it was stunning. And then you go down and you got different galleries and stuff. So everybody go check them out. You can see it right here at the top. It's just Aniket Sananse. And then let's check out you had an Instagram.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can find it here. I had it open. There it is. Amazing, again, Instagram site. All kinds of good photos on here. So you guys definitely go give him a follow. Aniket Sananse Weddings. In fact, look at this. The MagMod account, we have very few people that we follow with the MagMod account, but I'm going to give you a follow, Aniket, because you absolutely deserve it. And I'm so glad that you're here on the How I
Thank
Shot
you.
It.
Thank you so much,
We
Trevor.
like
Thank
to
you.
make sure that we're following people that are constantly using MagMod and participating in the community and all that good stuff. So so we appreciate that. Should we get into some of these incredible photographs of yours?
Yeah, absolutely. Let's start it.
Oh, awesome. Well, let's do it. So Aniket, I'm going to go to, we have this one picture here. Now, this is actually a set of images that you did recently, or that you, I should say that you posted recently in the MagMod community. And I think most of these were shot similarly in that the way you use the modifiers, but maybe you could share and then I'll kind of flip through the images and you can talk about how you lit them.
Yeah. So yeah, Trevor, you're right. Like this place was like
Oh,
a
am
first
I
timer
breaking up
for
a little
me.
bit?
Uh, can you hear me, Trevor?
I can hear you. I have a feeling, is my internet breaking up a bit?
No, no, yours is clear
Oh,
as
okay.
well.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool. Well, I can hear you great. Sorry.
Okay. So yeah, so this theater was like a first timer for me, and when I went there, I was just overwhelmed by the things that were present in here, and I had like so many ideas and everything. So one of these shots was I saw once in some old movie there where the balcony, these old theaters has these balconies, and I wanted to capture the beauty of the theater as well as the couple.
Uh-huh.
So right where you can see where the couples are standing and the balcony above them, I had like a 8200 and just one MagGrid and a MagSphere on it, and I went wide up away. The reflections
Mm,
below below at the bottom of the screen, they are from a prism. Just wanted to capture the lights because there was like a negative space around there, and that's it. I took the shot.
yeah.
I ran to the couple and I showed them, and their minds were blown. And that's why I love MagMod. It's just like when you show them right
No, I love it.
now and then.
That's awesome. So you had your light. The person was standing on the balcony here, kind of on the top level. Is that right?
Yeah, yeah. I just had the light on a tripod. I didn't really had any help on that day, so I just put it on a tripod over there.
Nice, nice. And you said it was a MagSphere and a MagGrid. Is that what you said?
Yes, MagGrid, a half CTO gel, sorry, and a MagSphere.
Nice. I love it. I love it. Now there's a few in this whole series here. Let's see if I can pull this up the right way here. Let me see if I can just actually hold on one second. I'm gonna do this one more way. Aniket, I one thing I noticed that on a few of your photos actually is that you tend to use the cell phone to kind of create that blur to kind of get rid of. Is that something I'm sure many people are familiar, but you just kind of hold it right up to the lens, right to the bottom of the lens.
Yes, exactly. I just kind of like hold to the near the lens and try to see what reflections look good. Sometimes the reflections of the
Uh huh.
couple, because this theater had like nice like lamps at the top. I thought maybe that would add like a nice like a layer to the bottom instead of the negative dead space you see there.
Yeah, I love that. Now, on the rest of
Thank
these
you.
images from this set, did you kind of use the same setup where you did the mag grid, or did you change it up a little bit?
So only on this photograph here particularly, I had um, another flash far away from the couple, right where the seats are, kind of just to give like that hair light to the couple at the back, to
Mm,
separate them from the dark environment. But otherwise, here just there was another on-camera flash, which had a MagGrid and MagSphere, which lit the couple, and
nice.
that's it.
So you had on camera
Hmm.
with the modifiers to put just a
Yes,
little touch of light on them and not let it spill everywhere, and then you had one light behind them creating that rim light.
correct. Yes, that's right. Yeah.
That's excellent, man. I
Mhm.
love this shot, and I love how you were able to bring in the ambient of the theater and the ceiling and
Mhm.
all those the lights that are kind of lighting up that stage and stuff. It really is pretty, super
Thank you.
pretty.
And funny thing about this one, Trevor, is that I always thought like, why would anyone want to cut the amount of light going on from the flash? So I only had one grid in the beginning, and then I saw the versatility of it. And trust me, right now I have like 6 grids for each of my flashes, and I'm like, bam, bam, bam. I have a grid on all the flashes right now.
Yeah.
It's just
I
amazing.
love the grids as well. I think it's just the idea of being able to control where you put that light exactly. Because
Exactly.
otherwise, I think grid, in fact, I would say the MagGrid is one of the most effective kind of uses of controlling light, where if you just use a flash, the light goes everywhere and it's obvious that a flash was used. It's kind of
Yeah.
like, it's almost like that's the telling sign that it's a flash, because it's just, you see it everywhere. But when you use a grid and you put that light exactly where you want it, it just feels like you're just really, I don't know, you're being an artist with light, really. I mean, you're
Thank you. Yeah.
yeah. So, hey, Aniket, we have, let's see, we got people from Mexico watching. We got one from Scotland, Abiz from Mexico. We got Federico from Guatemala. Man, we got, this is
My
a
God.
world edition. Alan
Thank you so
Watson
much, guys. Thank you
from
so much.
Scotland. Yeah. Um, yeah, this is great, guys. I appreciate everyone tuning in. And it's fun seeing people from all over the world. So, and again, you guys, I have my phone open over here on the side, and I'm just kind of watching comments as they come in. So if you do have any questions for Aniket, definitely feel free to post those, and I'd be happy to try to get to them. So let's go. The next one in this series, then, from this theater, I love this one, and I'm really interested in how you lit both him and her. So tell us about this one.
Yeah. So one thing I want to tell everyone here that uh, every time I go before an engagement shoot or a wedding or anything, I always end up watching like 15, 20, 30 videos of how I shot this. But every time you see these videos, you learn something new, even if you have seen that before. And that's this trick I learned in one of these how I shot videos where um, I had like a tripod and the light was falling. I think I had an 8200 with a MagGrid and a half CTO gel. And initially I asked I put the flash in a way where the bride was lit and then the groom was lit. And then kind of I brought them into post production, stacked on each other, and kind of like, remove the flash from
Yeah.
the picture.
So
And yeah, sorry, go ahead.
it's two photographs then.
It was two photographs. Yes, it was two photographs and a composite of both, like, combining them.
And you know what's great about this, and we have a few more shots later on that I pointed this out with you, Aniket, and I brought this up for those who have watched this episode, and I know you watched quite a few, which I love. Thank you for bringing that up. I love hearing that people can use these to be inspired in their work. But it requires that pre-visualization. It requires you to actually see the image before you shoot it in order to do something like this, because you have to imagine, okay, I'm going to light the bride here, and then I'm going to light the groom here, and then I'm going to composite them later on in Photoshop. So my hat's off to you that you executed this really, really well.
Thank you. Hey, it was not possible without a MagGrid and a MagSphere, trust me.
Well, that's awesome.
And one more thing. I think I haven't heard this from the previous discussions, but the use of MagGrid, it is an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. Like, I understand a lot of times people have an assistant holding the light, tilting the light on the couples or on the groom or the bride. But a lot of times when I go for engagement shoots, I am either alone. Even on the wedding day, if they don't have a higher budget, I'm the sole photographer. So that MagGrid is so much useful to tilt the light, have that perfect angle, leaning down right at the couple, and you don't need that second person. And thank you so much for making that amazing thing. Actually, that's one of my favorite things in the MagMod community.
Yeah, you're talking about this guy right here, right?
Huh?
This one right here.
Oh, I can't see you, Trevor. So sorry.
Oh, you know what? It's because I have my screen shared. Hold on one second. Let me stop this. Here we go. Can you see me now?
I'm kind of looking at my same screens here.
It's okay.
Yes, that's the exact thing. Yes, you're right.
Yeah. So it's funny because even the team members sometimes will accidentally call this the Mag Grip, but it's actually because it grips the flash, because it seems to hold on, and you hear it a lot in the community. The official name, if anyone's looking for one online, it's actually called the Mag Shoe. So think of like a hot shoe. No, you're totally good. It was funny though, because I was listening and I'm like, because the Mag Grip, we use that on the front of the flash to attach some modifiers, but I just want to make sure, because the way you described it,
True.
Yeah, it's the Mag Shoe. But totally agree with you. And I will always have like at least one for every flash and one for every light stand, because it's so easy to tilt it and stuff. It's great. So
absolutely,
I appreciate that. Hey, I want to mention one of your Torontoites, one of the other incredible photographers out in Toronto, Raf Nagal. He's watching, and he says, "Awesome, Aniket, you the man."
He's a lighting guru, I'll tell you that.
He is. He is. He's incredible. Devin says hi. Yeah, man,
Thank you
there's a
so
lot of
much.
people tuning in
Take
from all
care.
over the world. Like I said, incredible group. So, Aniket, let's go on to a few more in this theater set. I just want to show people real quick here. It looks like this is very similar, but instead of doing a
Similar
composite, you
concept.
just did the one light. Is that right?
Yeah, just one light, one picture. That's it.
Nice. And then we got this one here. Now, this is beautiful. This one, you went out into the seats. Tell us how you lit this one.
Here, when we were like walking out of the theater, I saw these two theater lights, just like they were there, and I'm like, oh, this would make like a nice flare to the image. And apparently this pose here, the girl had it in mind. She must have seen it on Instagram or Pinterest or anything, and she wanted a similar looking picture with her dress. So I'm like, sure. And the beauty of it is, yeah, I don't know if someone would believe it. This is shot with an on-camera flash with the same setup, MagGrid and the MagSphere spaced right at the bride, and it lit her like that. And that's why it's like MagGrid is
Nice.
amazing.
That's cool. You know, what's interesting is I would have never guessed it was on camera because of the way the shadows are hitting her.
Yes,
So what
I
my
know.
guess is though is it must have had light from the side, like those rim lights are kind of lighting her up and creating some of those shadows. And then the mag grid kind of gave you that extra little bit of fill
Like
to
Phil,
kind of
yeah.
bring out some of the shadows and stuff. Really cool, man. I love it.
Thank
It's such
you.
a beautiful shot. And I love, isn't that fun when clients are like, "Hey, I saw this one photograph. Can I do this?" And you're like, "Heck yeah, let's do it." So
True. And the
that's
best thing is
awesome.
like even when the clients are watching me, how I am like attaching all these things like fast, quickly. Oh, this is not working. Let me do this, that, and it impresses them so much when you after you take the picture and when you just show them in camera, like, hey, this is what you wanted,
Mhm.
and they are just like, yeah, it's amazing, and that's why I
It,
love
it puts them
MagMod.
at,
Like, it's crazy.
well, and it puts them at so much ease when you turn the camera around and show it to them. They're like, "Oh," and they feel confident. Oftentimes, it could probably the best photo they've ever seen of themselves. In that moment when you show it to them. So, 100% agree. It's so important to do that. Obvious, obviously, sometimes clients will look at it and they'll, start critiquing little things that they might notice about themselves that maybe you didn't even notice. So you
True.
kind of have to be careful. Sometimes it depends on the client, but I agree. It is important to show it to them because they certainly feel good about themselves.
Thank
Love
you.
that.
Just this one was like an off-camera flash.
This one here.
Yeah, this was like a pointed at a camera left, just pointed on her face.
Hmm. So cool. I love the background too with those lights. It looks like in like a almost like a series of trees or something. It looks really,
It
what a
was
cool setting.
beautiful. This theater is actually in the olden days when the theater was active. They actually had original tree leaves hanging from the roof.
Hmm.
But with the restoration and everything, they had like these now fake leaves there.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So Anika, this next series of photographs that we're going to talk about, there's quite a few here where you use the MagMod modifiers to create kind of a sun or warmth. And
Yeah.
I love this whole series. There's actually like 3 or 4 series that we're
Mhm.
going to show of different couples. But tell us how are you doing this? What are you doing here?
So every time I go out, if it's like an engagement shoot or a wedding, um, you know that I've seen in our MagMod community, there's so many pictures where people are using MagMod to like kind of cut down the ambience and put the flash lit up in a colorful way and whatnot. But the reason I wanted to add these images today was because I wanted to show that, you know what, not only nighttime or not only darker photographs, but even in a bright daylight, just that touch of a light and put like a half CTO gel and let the light fall on their head gives such a beautiful sunlit or sun-kissed images. And that's why I wanted to show like not only a nighttime or a darker ambience, but even in the bright daylight, you can use these MagMod products like amazing. And it just gives awesome results compared to when not using them. Mhm. So So yeah, in this one here, I just
So
had
on these ones, are you typically?
back. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Trevor.
No, no, go ahead. Actually, you were describing it. That was perfect. I was
Oh,
kind of curious what gels you're using here.
oh. So what I've noticed in my experience is when I'm shooting a fall photo shoot, like when the colors are natural, like red and everything, I like to use this this one here. That's the half straw. This
Okay,
yeah, this gel.
got it.
I know we have been using like 1/4 CTO or half CTO, but for some reason, or maybe it's the way camera renders the colors, the half straw has been so amazing in getting beautiful, like those late sunset kind of light pictures during fall season. And if I'm there's another set of series where I've shot the same sun-kissed pictures in summer. At that time, I like to use the amber color gel instead of a full CDO gel. And I guess it's just that hint of red present inside the amber or orange instead of just plain yellow. I mean, it's just a personal preference. I'm sorry, but yeah, I found
Yeah.
that those kind of images make them so beautiful.
I love that. I actually, and I apologize for those who are watching. We have, I think it's bad signal. Just look for that YouTube video. But Aniket,
Yes.
I love what you shared there. How you use the half straw. So the half straw is actually designed typically to bring out the best natural warmth and skin tones. So I think whether it was a happy accident or whether you did your studying, that's fantastic. That's a great choice. The one that was interesting to me, you use that for warmth as well. Is that right?
I'm so sorry, Trevor. I couldn't hear you properly.
Yeah, no, that's okay. The amber one you talked about using that for warmth. Is that
Yes.
correct?
Yeah.
The
So
amber
those
gel.
ones I use them in the summertime. Because summertime you have this amazing daylight, and then the
Hmm.
amber just gives you that nice bright orangish reddish tint to the picture.
That's great. I love that. That's fantastic. So Aniket, let's show a few more of these images here. This is the sun ones. I'm just gonna open these up and just kind of go through them. I love how you have this great balance of warmth with the natural light. Um,
Thank you.
and so it looks like for each one of these, you just put the flash behind them. Is that correct?
That's it. Yes, that's it.
Hmm. So we have this one here. I mean, these are great.
Yeah, this is the image I was talking about.
So good, man.
And funny story about that girl was she wanted sunset pictures. She badly wanted sunset pictures, and there was no sun. But I remember I had MagGels, and I just told her like, hey, you know what? Give me 1 second. Let me bring sun for you. And I just popped up my 8200, put the amber gel, and asked her to do these poses and walk here and there. And I show her right behind the camera, and that's it. Like that just made the couple so much immersive. They were more excited to take like lots of pictures rather than just like, okay, I'm tired now, I want to go home.
Yeah. I love that, man. That's so cool. And what a great story to kind of get them excited about being there, showing them that you're essentially the magician in the camera, right? So
Thank you.
that's awesome. Oh, okay. So hey, we got a video that I want to show, but before we do that, let's talk about this picture here. People love detail shots, and tell us how you lit this one here.
So this one has been an inspiration from Esteban Gill. He
Mm,
shot a similar video, and he also taught how to take that. And after that, I had a wedding, and I'm like, okay, let's try this. But at that point, I did not had a Mac box. So I was like, is this even possible? Let's try it. So all I did was set up the camera settings to darken the whole ambient and take a regular flash, attach I think it was one, or no, I think it was two MagGrids and
Mhm.
and a MagSphere, and just hold it right on top of the very close to the shoe, right on top. And I took a picture, and it came out just like this in the camera. And I was like, wow, this is amazing.
You know, and I want to show everyone this video here because this video is kind of fun because you can see just how light the environment was. This wasn't that you did it, you know, at night sometime where everything was dark. You just darkened it down in camera.
Yes.
Um, Here's the video where you can kind of see. And I gotta. Are you putting these videos up on TikTok? Is that right?
Yes, I started the TikTok train, and it's kind of like died down since then, because I was like, I don't have any behind the scenes shots. I don't have the time to edit them. So I was like, it's okay. But yes, in the beginning I was like into, yeah, I want to post TikTok more and more.
Yeah, no, that's cool. I love it. So here's how you had it. You had the MagGrid, MagSphere right over the top, and I love how you mentioned Esteban because that's I picked up that little tip from him as well. He does a lot of details where he shoots the light right over the top. So cool. Here's actually another one. Let's show this other shot as well. Another photograph where is this the same type of lighting setup here?
Similar concept, same ring, similar concept. Just had like a string lights at the back, and the light
Okay,
was just placed right on top of the ring. And the
I
bottom
love
part
that.
is, I have these, I got from Amazon, these acrylic plates. They call it acrylic plates. I can share the link. It's like hardly like $10-15, and but they are like these nice,
Mm.
black reflective surfaces. You put them, you add the ring, put the light, and bam, that's it. Takes like hardly like 10 minutes, not 10 seconds or 15 seconds to do the shot.
How big is the plate?
They come in two sizes, I think. The one which I have is, I think, 1 foot by 1 foot, like a 1 foot, one
Okay.
square foot.
Nice. And so it's just a black acrylic, kind of a almost a reflective type surface that you use to shoot details and things.
Yes, exactly.
That's awesome. That's really cool. And then this was actually a really pretty detailed shot as well. I love this.
Thank
In fact, we got to tell everyone you got to go follow stories underscore by underscore Aniket on TikTok, and you can see a TikTok video. In fact, it's narrated by Pi Jersa. Um,
you.
using one of Pi's audios. Was this the same? It looks like you used possibly a red gel on this one. Is that right?
Yeah. So the groom's favorite color was red,
Uh
and
huh.
he had all these red accessories. His bow tie, his perfume had a little bit tint of red, and even the sunglasses. So I took a similar shot, the way I took the bride's shoes, and then I'm like, something is missing. So I kind of like had a red gel placed like at the back. In that way, it just gives me like a tint of red, and
Yeah.
and and when I showed the groom, he was so happy because I kind of, they feel heard, that okay, you heard me, that my favorite color was red or something like that.
Hmm. I love that. Aniket, I've never actually used a gel to bring out the color of the wedding details. And I don't know how many weddings I've shot now, probably close to 400. I've never done that. But you've inspired me. I'm going to give this a shot at the next time I shoot a wedding. I'm going to look at the colors of the details and then find a
Thank you.
gel that matches that or create one by stacking gels and do something similar. So thanks for that inspiration. That's
Oh,
awesome.
thank you.
Yeah. So this shot, when I saw this, what I loved about this photograph was the before and after. In other words, kind of like let me show it right now, which is hey, this is natural light. This is if you want to shoot it just as it is. And this is if you learn a little bit about Flash and you're able to set up a light and create something totally different. So tell us, how did you like this one?
So this one was shot actually just 2 to 3 weeks before, and it was cold outside. The groom didn't want it to go up for portrait. It was a mini wedding, like hardly few hours. But what I feel like is that why should we cut down on our creativity, even if the couples are hiring us like for like 3 hour photo shoot or something like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then I told him like, okay, you don't want to go, just wait here. And then I tried to set up the regular portraits using on-camera flash and whatnot. and it just didn't look pleasing. So all I did was put a tripod, had the light placed on my camera left, pointing 45 degrees down on him, and it was just a regular flash and a MagSphere at a very low power, and set the ambience, and I took the shot. And funny thing is I've seen that when the couples are not really like a high budget couple, or they just want like a few pictures here and there, you can you can spend so much time with that kind of couple to do or to try out some creative stuff, because they are not going to mind you staying longer, right? So that's why I wanted to
Mm-hmm.
include this image, saying that, hey, you know what? It's so much easy using just one flash, one sphere, or one grid, and bam, you get this.
Yeah. No, I agree. And what a great way of being able to, again, just get them excited about seeing. It's kind of the theme I'm picking up here. It's just, getting your clients in and let them know like, hey, this is what we're creating, and you can see how cool it is, and then they
True,
get even more excited about working with you. So
true. Thank you.
super,
Thank you.
super
Thank you.
cool. This is actually the same couple, and I want to show,
Yeah.
this is kind of a behind the scenes where you lit it. But this is the end. So it looks like, is it the MagSphere? Is
Yeah.
there a grid on there? I can't tell.
Just one MagGrid and MagSphere. And this was in the hotel lobby as well.
Isn't that crazy what we can do just in a lobby? Just by controlling the light and stuff. So cool.
Thank you so much.
Love it, love it, love it. And then tell us, okay, so now this one, I remember when you posted this one in the community, and I was just like, whoa. I mean, first off, what an incredible setting. But second off, I love how you were able to use one of my kind of favorite, but probably most unused tools, because I don't get to see a lot of opportunities to use it as much.
Yes.
Um, because oftentimes we're so close with our clients, but an
Yeah.
environment like this really calls for it. So I'm going to let you tell everyone what that tool is and how you used it.
So this is a place called Tobermory. Just beautiful place here, and and the couple wanted some artsy photographs or some extreme wide angle shots and whatnot. But
Mm-hmm.
and they were so adventurous. Let me tell you that. Like they actually walked through the water to go on that rock because they wanted a picture. And I'm like, if you
Oh,
are up
wow.
for it, I am up for it as well. And just besides or on the camera left, there was another high, like a mountain kind of thingy, like a rock. So I sent one of my colleagues, like the videographer, I just sent her upstairs, had the mag beam pulled out, fully blown at the couple. Oh, here, you can see on the top, on the left-hand side corner, there's
Uh-huh.
like some poor photo editing done on that. Try to remove my partner there.
I think right
And
here is that's what you're talking.
yeah. So he was just sitting there, had a mag beam on, and pointed. And trust me, Trevor, this is the first time I used a mag beam, because, as you said, we are always close to the clients. We are never far away. And the way it outputted that light, I was blown away. I was blown
Mm-hmm.
away, and I'm like, oh my god. And then I started seeing like Jason Winston posting and everything, like Team MagBeam, Justin Hagen as well, and I was like, oh my god, this is an amazing tool. Why haven't I
Yeah.
used it so far?
Yeah. No, it's fun to use when those settings come up where it's like, oh man, I need to put light, but I don't have a good way of putting it.
Yeah,
And you talked about earlier, you talked about how sometimes you're out on these shoots by yourself. And I've had a lot of situations, especially on engagement sessions, where I just can't get my light close enough because maybe it's like in Hawaii on lava rock, and it's all
true,
uneven. And so I have to find a place that's further back where I can put my light stand, but I can really create a beam of light going right to them. Um,
true.
Super cool stuff, man. I love it. I love
Hey
it.
friends, today I'll
Actually,
show you why MagBeam is an
here,
amazing tool. So we went to an issue down in the
there
MAG
it is.
portion. But as you can see, no
Here, I'm gonna stop that real quick. But you can see exactly how he's right up here on that cliff or that rock. So cool, man. I love
Thank you
that.
so much. Thank you so much, Trevor.
And then Aniket, tell us now. This one again is another one of those shots that just I was looking at it like, man, kind of blew my mind. It looks like, did you use any of that atmosphere aerosol at all?
In this one, yes, I used a little bit. That was one of Pi Jizzer's methods I saw that use aerosol to kind of get those nice, like sun rays or sunbeams or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
and this is our Union Station. This is a railway station down here in Toronto, and you're not allowed to do pictures without permits. But hey, you know what? Taking in scenario COVID and everything, We didn't see any cops, and we were like, okay, let's get this one shot I want to take. Because I've seen so many shots of the New York Central railway station photographs, right? Like the huge, massive, and I wanted to create something. So what we did here was on the platform behind the couple. I had my assistant go up, and we had like this huge pole borrowed from the videographer, and I attached the mag shoe. Yes, it has the mag shoe, a flash, and I set the ambience in a way that it darkened a little bit, and I shot it. I think it's at f8 or f10 or something like that to get those rays. And then in post production, I kind of like amped up the rays of the light to give you that feeling that it's coming from that light. Yeah, and then
I
the
love
couple
that,
was
man.
lit with another flash. That's it.
So again, what I'm noticing here is kind of that MagGrid to put that light exactly where you want it, and
Yes.
and then be able to kind of darken things down a little bit. What I've seen in this little episode here, Aniket, that we've kind of talked about is not just that, but then also just using the modifiers to kind of, even in the natural lit environment, to kind of supplement, kind of adding that sun. So you're using it in both series, which is fantastic. I gotta say, Ellie, who I did a how I shot it with last week, she's
Yes.
saying thanks for the reminder about the mag beam, and she loves the colors. So she's commented a few times.
Thank
Just
you.
want to acknowledge her. If you guys haven't seen her episode, go check out Ellie's episode from last week as well. She did amazing.
Yeah.
I love this, man. And I here's a kind of a before where you can kind of see, we have the way that the light kind of around the bottom of them and so forth, and then with the putting that light right on them, a little bit of editing and stuff, you get this beautiful magical shot. Incredible stuff.
Thank you, Tanner.
So now this one, Aniket, I thought was really interesting. And when I saw this, I was like, what in the world? How did he capture that? And then we talked about it. And I love kind of the story about how you created this and kind of what you knew your light was going to do. And so how you took it to the next level in post-production. So tell us about this one.
So this shot was inspired by my lighting guru, Raf Nogal. I had seen one of his pictures where the groom was standing near a window, like maybe it was in a church or in a basement, and he placed a light or a flash lighting near the window or outside the window, and it looked like a beam of ray coming on him. And I was like, okay, I need to do something like that. It's so amazing. That picture looked mind blowing to me. So at my disposal at that point, I only had a mag snoot that could create it, and I honestly didn't think that this shot will turn out like that. So I had on my, I think, 9-foot or 10-foot pole, I had a mag shoe, a flash, and a mag snoot attached, expanded the whole way, and it falls on the couple like that. Now, what happened here was the pillar which is on the left hand side of the couple, it lit that pillar and the couple. So in the post production, then I was like, how would it look like if the whole ray of beam was coming from the sun itself? I tried to do post production in a way that it made me visualize that as if a ray of sunlight is falling on them, and this is what it turned out.
I really like it. Again, this is inspiring to me in that it's kind of like you're saying, okay, I'm creating my light on the couple. And if I could, if there was a way that I could extend that light and go back, further, this is what it would look like. And I think it's just wonderful. It's kind of like again, goes into that pre-visualization, like, okay, how am I going to take this to the next level? And it's inspiring, dude. I really, really do love it. I think I'm going to do something similar to this one of these days. So, Aniket, I know I've stole a lot of time from you already, sure. But if you don't mind, let's do one last image here.
Yeah, sure.
I think this is a great just headshot, and especially I think it's really relevant right now. You got lots of seniors graduating, and high school and college in the next few months, and they're all going to want their portraits. So tell everyone how you created this one, and it looks like there's a couple lights here, maybe even 3. I can't really tell, but 2. Awesome.
Here, so he's one of my friend, and he recently graduated as a nurse. So he wanted some pictures with the attire. Now, at these times, because it was like the COVID scenario, we didn't have access to anything. So we just went to his basement, and his basement had like flat white walls everywhere. So it was creating nice pictures with the mag box placed on. I guess you can see the reflection of the mag box in his glasses into the left eye.
Uh-huh.
But but it always felt like he was not standing out, right? Like from the background. And I tried to use the focus diffuser and so many things that this is not working out. So I thought, okay, you know what? Let me try something different. So I used the what's it called? The mag beam with with one of those slits, which has like a 6 or 7 slits crossing by. Put the
The
red gel
MagMask.
behind him
Yeah.
and just like put it there. And then it gave me this image. And then I was like, oh my God, I haven't used this for so long. And I'm so glad I used it here. So yeah, it's just the easiness, the ease with which you can create so many nice pictures. And that's what I'm a fan of with MagMod. I love it. I love it.
I I love I love how you were able to use the interesting looking light and then also add the color to it behind him. I know a lot of people, and I'm asking this question on behalf of the people that are watching this, saying I can't get my colors to pop like that. To make sure that you can light up the person but still get some nice colors behind them.
Oh, hello, sorry.
Yep.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
sorry, yeah.
Can you hear me?
What I've usually done is I learned it from one of your how I shot videos too, that I often keep the ISO too low. Because what I've noticed is when I'm shooting at a higher ISO, the colors tend to fade off, or they are lighter in shade. And of course, after you edit the whole picture, I just have like a saturation brush, and I just run the saturation brush wherever I want those extra colors, or I want them pop into. And yeah, that's pretty much that's all I do.
To bring them out. Nice. Do you remember how far you had him from the background? Like, I
Oh,
mean,
I,
how far was the
I
wall
think at least
behind him?
2 feet away. At least 2 feet away, because the
Okay.
even when on a fully expanding, it was the red color mag beam was not like a full, like it was not a big one. It was very sharp. It was very narrow. So I had to pull out the flash a
Mhm.
bit forward. I think he must be like at least 2 feet away from the wall, I think.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I love it. It turned out really, really nice.
Thank you.
One tip that I'll just throw out there for anyone
Yeah.
who's trying to get those colors kind of behind them is oftentimes if you separate the subject from the background, like maybe, I don't know, 6 to 8 feet in front. Now,
Oh.
granted, sometimes we don't have a room big enough that we can do that. Sometimes if it's like a small bedroom or basement, like you mentioned, we might not have the room. But if you can get them away from the wall, then oftentimes the color will go desaturated when another light mixes with it. So like the light coming out of the mag box lighting him as a portrait, it could mix with the red color and it kind of desaturates it. And so as long as you can get those two colors not to mix, to not have that spill, oftentimes you get more kind of vibrant colors. And it's one of the biggest things that I see. You nailed it here. You got great, beautiful colors. But it's one of the biggest things that I see people struggle with, photographers struggle with, is why am I not getting color from my gels? And it's usually because you have another flash that's not gelled spilling into that colored one, and it kind of desaturates it. So good stuff here though, man. You nailed it. In fact, hey, Penny Jane Williamson, she left a comment here. She says, beautiful photos, Aniket. I love how the MagBeam works. I have one, but haven't been able to use it yet. Fingers crossed I can use it soon when we're all allowed out again for non-essential things. The Mag Snoot is on my agenda next. So
absolutely.
See, you're already you're already inspiring people to try new things, Aniket, which like I've already told you that you've inspired me. I'm going to try some new things as well, particularly using the gels with the details. I thought that was amazing. So
thank you so much, Trevor. Thank you.
Man, I appreciate you taking this time to share with us today.
Hey, it was my honor. Trust me. When you asked me, I was like, oh my God. Yes, absolutely. I would love to.
Well, you're too kind. Well, I felt the same way when you said that you would do it. I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. I love that I can be able to chat with Aniket. This is it's been a pleasure getting to know you. And I've seen you on these different How I Shot It's
Thank you
comment,
so much,
just
Trevor.
as other people like Penny were today. And sure appreciate you supporting MagMod and being in the community and watching the How I Shot It's. And, you know,
Fantastic.
it's a pleasure getting to know you.
I can I just say one thing, Trevor? Like,
Please.
uh, to all the friends and even like all the community members, um, I was at a level. I mean, I am still at a level where I still watch all these How I Shot videos. And trust me, investing into MagMod was something that even I used to think like, oh my God, should I do it? Should I not do it? But trust me, I have not regretted a penny spent on MagMod gear. It's like I have more MagMod gear than my camera, but but that helps me a lot during the wedding day as well as the reception night, or even during the engagement portrait. So yes, it's a little bit complicated how you learn, but do not give up. I was at a point where I was not getting any MagMod shots, and I was so upset. But after watching these videos, I at least get a few shots, and when you asked me, I felt honored that, oh my God, like hard work pays off. But thank you so much, Trevor, and the whole community for making these amazing products. I cannot imagine how people were doing before this, but I don't have more words to say anything about it. But just thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for these things.
Hey, I appreciate that. And thank you. Thanks for inspiring all of us and showing us how you're using these tools to create awesome photography. So
Thank
we
you so much,
appreciate
Trevor.
it. Yeah. Well, everyone, I thank all of you who are tuned in watching this, whether you're watching it live here on the Facebook channel or whether you're watching it on YouTube. We'll make sure to post it up on YouTube as well. We certainly appreciate everyone being here. And Aniket, you had a lot of people from all over the world watching today, and lots of great comments. If you guys do have any questions for Aniket or myself, feel free to put those in the Facebook posts, and we'll take a look at it over the next couple of days and see if there's anything that we can answer for you guys. Of course,
Absolutely.
Aniket, I imagine you probably wouldn't mind if people reached out to you via Instagram as well.
100%, 100%, no problem at
Yeah.
all. Anytime.
Tell everyone where to find you on Instagram again.
Oh yeah. So my Instagram is it's Aniket Sananse Weddings. It's ANIKET SANANSE Weddings. And I can even post. I'll post like a link in the chat. And my website
Perfect.
is www.aniketsananse.com.
Excellent. In fact, you know what, Aniket, I'll put up one or two of your photos today and tomorrow on our MagMod channel as well, our MagMod Instagram feed, so everybody can find you easily. So thank you again, Aniket. Appreciate it, man.
Thank
It's been
you.
a pleasure chatting with you, and I appreciate the time that you've taken out of your day here on Friday to join me. So
Thank
thanks.
you so much, Trevor, for having me here. It was a pleasure and honor. Trust me. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone. You guys have a wonderful
Okay.
day. Okay.
Take care. Bye bye.